Christians would think of it as an abomination because there's not multiple gods. Yes, there is.
Dude, there's so I don't even know. I don't even know. There's so many different religions, and it's like I think it's all the same entity. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I think it's all Zeus. I think it all spans back all the way to Greek mythology.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm. Yeah. Zeus is god of gods. He's fucking king.
And I think everything evolved from that. I mean, like I've watched documentaries and stuff, and there's stories in the Bible that actually are like that were actual Greek myths that they changed the names and places to fit what they wanted it to say. So I think what it is just it's all been the same. It's always been.
They just changed up names.
Yeah, and like they took away like the godly properties. You know, like Athena is no longer a god of wisdom anymore. She's like, you know, instead in Christian she'd be like an angel, like an archangel or something like that. When in reality, you know,
yeah,
it's all the same thing.
Think because there are so many different religions with so many different people that they're all like match up to the Greek gods. So they just each religion picked one different god. Like different cities back in ancient Greece would pick one goddess or god to worship. Maybe different cultures just picked one. And they thought that makes sense. Almighty one.
That makes sense, especially since how mischievous the gods were.
Yeah.
In the original stories, how they were always competing over people. They'd all want their own followers. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like they always fought over followers and stuff like that. And I mean, a lot of the conflicts between them were because Hades basically has the most followers because everybody dies.
Yeah.
And so those souls are like those are his followers, and so that was where a lot of conflict came from.
I mean, not necessarily, because there's the 3 realms of the undead, and he's really not king of it all. I mean, he is, but he isn't. And
well, he's also
more over the naughtier people.
He's also the richest god too, because he owns all the minerals and stuff in the earth. So he owns all the diamonds and rubies and all that shit. Dude, I just got hit by an arrow and it bounced off of my chest. And I'm not in creative mode. That was really weird. I saw the skeleton and I was like, oh shit, and it shot at me and the fucking the arrow bounced right off of my chest.
Alright.
That was really weird. I like Poseidon. I think Poseidon's one of my favorites. He was kind of a douche, but
no, I mean, well, disrespectful.
Well, I mean, he, but all the gods were kind of shitty to everybody that wasn't themselves. Like, who was it? Poseidon raped Medusa in the Temple of Athena, and Athena made her.
He didn't rape her. She was willing to it. So. That's one of the things I read.
Well, the story, all the stories are different, but like whenever she said she might have been willing with him, but she wasn't willing in the Temple of Athena.
Yeah.
So basically, he did force himself on the temple. But when she told Athena that, Athena was mad at her, not Poseidon. It was like, oh well, that's how men are. You should have been able to fight off a god. So I'm going to punish you and make you a Gorgon. And it's like, God, man, Athena's sort of a bitch. But they were all sort of bitchy to each other and to humans. It's funny. It's like that was like the original like reality TV, like watching the Kardashians or something. Was hearing stories about how they would squabble amongst each other.
Well, I don't choose a favorite god because I'm worried if I choose a favorite, then what if another god tries to punish me because I did that? So I'm not getting into that cookie jar.
Well, once they come to me, once they come and ask me to be their follower, then I'll consider it. But I like I don't know, something about Poseidon. I always liked the idea. I mean, he was like he created horses out of the crest of waves and stuff. That's amazing.
If I had to choose a favorite, life or death, It'd be
Mm-hmm.
Zeus. Because he's god of gods, so. Zeus is almighty.
I love Zeus's story. I love his origin.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
that's just so awesome how as soon as they were born, Kronos ate all of his children, and the mother gave him a rock and pretended it was Zeus. And then when Zeus grew up, he came back and made his father throw up all his brothers and sisters. And then basically they just fucking rocked him. They just fucking got into a huge war with the Titans.
Which we're gonna go see Clash of Titans this weekend.
It's March of the Titans.
Wrath of the Titans? you mean?
Wrath. Yeah.
Wrath. I thought it was March.
Dude,
March.
Clash is one of my favorite movies. I fucking loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and Liz both got into the whole Percy Jackson. Have y'all seen that one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Light
I
Thief.
Yeah, the Lightning Thief.
I think it's going to be offensive, so I don't want to.
It's already out.
No,
Nah.
I think it's offensive.
No.
They're not children of the gods.
They're demigods. There's always been demigods, though.
Well, I know, but these aren't real. Doesn't count.
Oh.
It just pisses me off.
Everything pisses you off.
Hey, you're pissing me off.
I thought the stories are awesome. They're just like myths. They're like just modern day myths. I thought me and Liz read all the Percy Jackson novels, and then he's got new ones going where he actually kind of involved like what we were talking about, how they're all the same, but he's showing their other aspects like. I'm trying to think how to put it. Like the Greeks, they have their own camp where they train the demigods or whatever, the children, half children of the gods, and then there's a Roman camp, and they're the same gods, but in their Roman aspect, they're more warlike. They're like more vicious, and it's more about war and stuff like that. Just how, they were all the same gods, just different names back then too. And so, like, they can, like, it's not necessarily, like, different gods. It's still Zeus, but when he's in his Roman aspect, he's, what was his, it's a planet name, I know that.
Not Pluto, but it was something like that.
Well, I know Mars is Ares.
Mm.
My puppy's name is Aries.
I'm not sure, but I thought it was cool because, he was showing they're the same gods. It's just, they act differently when they're in their Roman form than they do in their Greek form. And so it's pretty cool. And then that's the new series that he has going off right now. I think it's called The Heroes of Olympus or something is what it's called. And there's 2 books in that one. God, son of a bitch with this. I don't know why it's doing this menu thing. It's pissing me off.
We're all just like doing our own little things.
I'm just collecting wood because I know we're going to need a shit ton of it to make a tree house. Because I made that one tree house. And it took a shit ton of stuff to do it.
I think this is going to be a boring video because all it is us ranting.
We always do that though. And we seem to keep one person. I mean, as long as we keep that one person, it's worth it.
No, it's not.
It is to me.
It's not.
Just having fun is worth it to me.
Ah, I'm getting attacked. You son of a bitch. I was all up in my menu and that fucker just attacks me.
Man, I was all up in my menu. That's awesome.
Okay, I had to get rid of those jack-o'-lanterns. No, fuck, I can't get rid of that one, I guess.
Profanity.
Son of a
That's not
bitch.
Don't say fucking cool, you fucking fat ass. Why the fuck not?
Aw, dude, you know what? You build on that one, and I'll build on this tree that's next to that.
Then we'll connect.
Yeah, and then we'll connect them. We'll each have
I was just cool.
our own house, but they'll be, like, connected together.
Mine's all like, white brick and stuff. It's got like path stuff and like little bits of this there. And
Oh, no! Alright. Well, why'd the sun come up when I changed my game mode? Yes, but it's okay. We're just ranting and raving anyway, so let's go. Okay, doke, what'd you make?
whatever the fuck I want, bitch.
Sounds good.
That's your wife. That's what she sounds like.
I'll be there in a minute.
She does not.
She's cool.
Huh?
Kyle asked me if there'd be enough for him and Rachel, so I made everything, and now it looks like
He
they've
told
all
you.
got something to eat.
You can hear her. You can hear just the sheer evil.
Tell my little brother he is a douche.
Well,
Little
that's what
brother's
it
a
looks
douche.
like. I mean, they just left the house.
Well, more than likely that's what's happening then, because he's a douche. He's a douche head.